You guys ready to tackle a brand new problem? If you want to code along, make sure to hit the link in the description below. It's time to pop our daily dose of code. This problem is slightly more twisted than the ones we normally encounter. What do I mean by that? Stick around and you'll see. Zigzag conversion. Convert a given string str into its zigzag form as shown below and then print it row-wise. So I'll scroll down slowly. You can have a look. In order to understand the question, you're going to have to see this explanation. This one as well. Now, let's switch tabs and take a closer look. So this right here on your screen is a zigzag pattern. We go from up to down, change directions diagonally, up to down, change directions. If you turn it and make it vertical, it looks like a bunch of Zs. Let's have a look at a string right here. Suppose we were to get hacker earth as our input string. We'd first display h on the top left, then we'd go in a zigzag fashion. If our number of rows was 3, we'd first go vertically down till 3 rows were filled. Then we'd go diagonally upwards, change directions, and vertically downwards to form a Z, a horizontal Z. Repeat the same thing until every single letter has been completed. Say our input string was code explained, and the number of rows was 4. It would look like this. We'd start with C, go down till there are 4 rows. Then we'd have to go up, down, and up again in a zigzag manner. Our output in this case would be CL, OPAD, DXIE, and EN. We have to display them row-wise. Now guys, the screen is open. Head on to our coding link below and try the question out. And once you're done, don't hesitate to head on back. We're first going to tackle our first row. What elements are present in our first row? H, E, and R. And similarly, the last row, C, E, and H. So H is the 0th element, C is the 2nd element, E is the 4th, the next E is the 6th, R is the 8th, and H is the 10th element. Can we do anything with those numbers? Following that, we'll have to look at how to tackle the middle row elements. Similarly, right here, code explained. First, let's have a look at the first and the last row. C is the 0th element, E is the 3rd element, L is the 6th element, N is the 9th element. Is there anything we can glean from that? And following that, how do we tackle the 2 middle rows? So ultimately, we're going to break them into their corresponding rows and simply append the rows together. So we're going to look at 2 factors, A, the direction, and B, the result when we modulo it by the number of rows minus 1. So whenever the result of the ith character percent the number of rows minus 1 is 0, we're going to change the direction. In code explained, the first character naturally has an index of 0. When we do 0% 3, our result is again 0. So the direction is going to be downwards. The moment we hit E, E is the 3rd character, 3% 3, 0. So we change the direction. The direction is now upwards. When we hit L, it goes down, and when we hit N, it goes up. Whenever the result of their modulo is 0, we're going to append them to either the first or the last row. So C is going to be appended to the first row. E is going to be appended to the last row. Initially, they're all blank. Now L is going to be appended to the first row, which already had C. So the first row now has CL. N is going to be added to the last row. Now the last row is EN. Whenever we're moving downwards, we're going to append that character, the character at that position, the ith position, to I% n minus 1. In this case, 1% n minus 1 is 1. So we're going to append O to row 1. Row 1 is initially empty. Now it consists of O. We're going to append D to row 2. So row 2 now has D. When the direction is upwards, this character, that is X, is the fourth character. 4% 3 is 1. However, we have to append it to the row with index 2. Whenever we're moving upwards, we subtract the result of the modulo from n minus 1. When we hit this character, that's x, x has an index of 4. 4 modulo 3 is 1. So we subtract 1 from n minus 1, that's 3, to give us 2. That's the row in which we have to append this character. So x gets appended to row 2, which already had d, which now has dx. P modulo 3 gives us 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we append p to row 1. It's now OP. And once we finish everything, we'll get 4 rows. The first row will have CL, the second row OPAD, the third DXIE, and finally EN. Now all that's left is to iterate through the array that contains these words and merge them together. Okay guys, code. Initially, we have row, which denotes each of the n rows. Now, if n equals 1, we've got to directly return s, since it's an exceptional case. Provided that's not true, for every other condition, what we're going to do is first check if I% mod is nothing but n minus 1. So if I% n minus 1 is 0, then the direction gets flipped. That means we're either at the first or the last row. Our direction is initially 1. So once it gets flipped, it's 0. 0 means it's going downwards. 1 means it's going upwards. Following that, we're going to append s of I, that is the character we're currently at, to row of mod into direction. So if our direction is 0, that is we're going downwards, we're going to append it to row of 0, the first row. If our direction has flipped from down to up, we're going to append it to the last row, n minus 1. If that is not true, that is to say for any of the inner rows, we first calculate the index, that is nothing but I% n minus 1. However, if the direction is upwards, we've got to flip it. We've got to subtract that value from n minus 1. Following that, we simply append that character to the indexeth row. In the end, all we have to do is combine all those rows together and display it, which is what we're doing here. Now, a sample test case has been passed, and when we hit submit, we've successfully executed every test case. Guys, that's the solution to this problem. If you liked it, like, subscribe, bell, and leave your comments down below. It's been Vivek, and I'll see you next time.